All right, we are in early warning weather alert mode as we have the threat for thunderstorms this afternoon that could produce some very heavy rain, leading to a concern for flooding. In fact, those storms are already developing here within our borders, primarily to the east of the 91 corridor. You can see how they are popping up. We'll start north and work our way south as we take you in for a little bit closer inspection here with early warning pinpoint Doppler. So in northern Tolland County right now, I've got Summers around Tolland crossing 84, also around Willington exit 70. Some heavy rain. The direction of travel right now is to the southeast. We've got also some very heavy rain over Lebanon, just to the east of Colchester. It's going to be crossing Route 2 where it meets up with 395 there near Norwich, currently moving through Franklin and Basra, heading toward Taftville. And then even along the Connecticut shoreline, just to the east of New London, there's a storm that's developing over Stonington that's going to be heading clearly into the Sound and off into the Atlantic Ocean. So these storms will continue to develop, and they'll eventually head west and southwestward slowly as we head through the rest of the afternoon. We'll show you that with Futurecast coming up in just a moment. It's also quite warm. Temperatures made their way into the low and mid 80s inland, same for the shoreline, but temperatures basically are going to be capped where they are now with the increasing cloud cover and the rain that's moving through. But look at these dew point values, upper 60s, low 70s. If you're doing yard work or spending time outdoors, basically sweltering today given the warmth and those high dew point values as it's quite humid. All right, view from Torrington showing the overcast conditions there, as well as from New Haven, also into southeast Connecticut with our view from New London. So again, some rain heading in the direction of the southeastern Connecticut shoreline. So throughout the past 6 hours, you can see how storms have been developing toward northwest and then developing southeastward from there. They'll continue to do so and overspread the state this afternoon. It's all along a frontal boundary. At the same time, we've got some energy from the west aloft that's moving through. The ingredients are coming together for thunderstorms to develop and for the heavy rain to take place this afternoon. And given that we've had so much rain so far this week in some towns, the ground is saturated, so that could enhance the threat for some poor drainage nuisance type flooding, as well as perhaps some flash flooding. Also, based on the movement of these storms, if they continue to work over the same areas, then that could also enhance that threat too. So we've got that kind of area here with a yellow shade where we've got those higher dew point values. So the atmosphere is just loaded with moisture right along that frontal boundary. Now, earlier today, the Storm Prediction Center had this second shade of green, the darker shade just to the west of Connecticut, has now shifted to the east, including much of our state. So some storms this afternoon could be strong, potentially severe, producing some gusty wind, but it's the heavy rain that I think is going to be the biggest issue for many communities as these storms continue to develop. So here's 1 p.m. on Futurecast showing basically the current situation as we head through the next couple of hours. The storms continue to blossom, becoming numerous and more intense, producing the heavy rain by 4 o'clock and then shifting to west and southwest from there into, say, New Haven and Fairfield counties as we head toward 5, 6, 7 o'clock this evening. Then after sunset, the threat diminishes for the heavy rain and those storms move offshore. So probably not the best evening for some al fresco dining, but the conditions certainly improve as we head into and through this holiday weekend. So with regard to rainfall totals, again, very much dependent upon how these storms move and develop. We could see 1 to 3 inches with perhaps some locally higher amounts. And I think the bullseye would actually be, say, throughout central and southwestern Connecticut as we head through the later afternoon hours. As we look at the Futurecast model run here for the weekend, trying to show a couple showers for tomorrow. I think it's going to be a primarily dry day with a partly to mostly sunny sky, especially by the afternoon. Then Sunday, I think also a dry day as well, despite some specks of green popping up here on Futurecast. So 84 less humid tomorrow, 87 on Sunday. Then for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there could be an isolated storm each afternoon, but the big story next week will be the increase in humidity and temperature by midweek. In fact, 90 or better Wednesday, Thursday, perhaps even into Friday, which would make it our second heat wave of the year. For shoreline highs this weekend, low 80s for Saturday and Sunday.